Word up. How you guys doing? Today's March Madness. It is March Madness. And they already started, feel me? March 2nd, Madness 2022. You know, when people start stealing and start bragging about it, that's when you know they lost. Because if they had other options, they wouldn't brag about taking from you. So it's like you know you're doing good when people are stealing from you and bragging about it publicly. Nobody wants to take that stand unless they are desperate. So that tells you everything that you need to know. I ain't even got to fight it. It is just a desperate act for attention. It's like, got you. I'm going to tell mommy. It's like a little kid. You feel me? I got 15 minutes with you guys, by the way. Roughly 10 minutes. Because I need 5 minutes to go in, put my shit down, and all that bullshit. So yeah, when they start doing stuff like that, pay them no mind. They reaching. They need it's like attention is evaporating, even if that's the word, evaporating from them. So it's like smoking a cigarette and the smoke of the cigarette is leaving. That's the attention that's leaving. And they're trying to grab the smoke of the cigarette. But every time they grab, their hands just go through. It's an oxymoron, you feel me? So it's like, that's the whole attention of what they're doing. It's like the things that they're doing is just attention seeking, and they can never get those attention back because it was never there to begin with. So they got to steal your money and brag about things that they've done all year round and enhance it to make it seem like it's something, but it's really not. By the way, my skin is glowing. So I just have to throw that in there. Anyway, maybe it's the camera. Regardless, I like the way it looks on the camera. Anyway, so they have to do these things to make They have to do these things to make themselves feel like they're bigger than what they are. And it's like, yo, like, it's nothing, man. It's just smoke screen, man. Y'all niggas ain't doing nothing. You feel me? Yeah, you might be getting something here and there, but it wasn't even worth the brag. Because now you have to go into damage control after you do that. Every time they do that, they have to go into damage control. They do. They have to restore their confidence back into people, fix their image. If it's ethical, they got to fix their ethical image back with the people because they mad now. You feel me? Now, to restore that image, they got to go back and start doing the fake gaslighting and just faking it around. You feel me? All that bullshit. It's not just... When I say ethical image, we all have some form of ethics. You feel me? It's not just minorities that have ethics. We got white people got ethics, black people got ethics, Hispanics got ethics. Everybody got some form of ethic. So once one individual who looks like a group of other individuals does something, some people take it personal. Why? Because when they do something good as in they do something bad to me, they consider it good. They're happy about it. But when the people are that desperate scratching, just it's like a cat trying to get in the door that's closed. And they keep scratching the screen, powerless. Just calling for any form of attention for somebody to let them in. Basically, that description. You feel me? These niggas is cat just scratching on the window. Let me in. When they start doing shit like that, you feel me? People take it personal too. Anyway, man, I want to talk about... I was watching the show last night. I got to do more research on it, of course. And the person was speaking about, I'm very bad with names, but one thing I do remember is the information that I take in. Once I get to know your name, that means that I've been watching for a very long time, and it's very important that I do know your name because your name carries as much weight as the information that you're delivering. You feel me? So when I do know your name, that's very personal to me. It's very intimate for me to know your name. That means that I take you as... It's not that you're not important before then, but it means that you've been around me long enough for me to put enough trust to remember your name. Because I come across so many people, and to remember each and everybody's name is ridiculous. Because, constantly deviating, moving from here to here. You feel me? I come across a lot of people, but I take people's information. So even if I don't remember your name, I'll remember your story. I always remember the story. Speaking to people, they'll be like, how do you know that? I'm like, that's what you told me. Like, fuck. Because to me, your story is your name. You feel me? That's your name. The story that you tell me, that is who I am identifying you with. This is the reason why you gotta be careful of the things that you allow around you, because they become part of who you are as a person. You feel me? We are constantly recording. Hold on, I got roughly 8 minutes. We are constantly recording every movement of our life without knowingly and unknowingly. You understand? This is the consciousness itself. So I was watching this man, which I had to learn his name, and he has a book called The Source of Consciousness. You feel me? And he was explaining basically in brief terms, in a brief summary, basically, consciousness comes from our feelings. It is the byproduct of our feelings itself that creates consciousness for us to be aware of the things that surround us. It's because of feeling. And I feel like he had some great points. I never thought like that before until I watched him yesterday. Something told me to watch him. You feel me? And this also come back to my theory. Everything that you watch and you see is part of who you are as a person. You are not viewing me or hearing or seeing or smelling by mistake. These are all different versions of who you are as a person. You feel me? Knowingly and unknowingly. We know this from kids who they say, show me the boy and I'll show you what kind of man he's going to be. So we know from age 1 to age 7, determine what kind of man a kid is going to be. And that kid unknowingly is becoming that man without even having a conscience of what's going on. We know this for a fact because we know that the mind is programmed around that age, that stage in age itself. So this is an unknowing baby who is taking in this information. If he's around psychopaths and killers, he's going to be a psychopath and a killer. Birds of a feather flock together. So we know from a birth, the science has already been done. We know from birth. That's why they said, show me the kid and I can show you and I can show you what kind of man he's going to be. If you show me his environment, show me what he is, or show me where he lives, whatever. So you have to be very, very careful of what you allow around you, because our body is constantly recording everything that we do. I'm talking about everything that we do. Even when you're not doing it and somebody else is doing it and you around them, your body's picking up on it and adding it to your personality without you even knowing about it. There's a reason why you can be speaking and people be like, you're offensive, and you don't even see that's being offensive, because you've been around it for so long. You be like, what the fuck? How? That happened to me yesterday, by the way. I said something, some people take it offensive. I didn't think it was offensive, but they thought it was offensive. So that kind of brought me back. I'm like, maybe I got to check myself. You feel me? And I'm checking myself right now by admitting it. This is the reason why you have to be careful of what happens around you. This is why I always check people. I'll be like, nope, don't do that around me. I don't want to intake that kind of personality, because it's going to automatically happen. It's going to seek into my personality. It's going to become part of my emotions. You feel me? Without me even knowing. You feel me? And this is what he was speaking about and everything else like that. These are different flavors of emotions that we're not even aware of. It's on the spectrum of emotion, different colors that we haven't even come in contact with to even understand or comprehend what's going on. Because remember, we are a unity of things that's happening. We are happening. In order for us to be a being is not just one person. That's what they call us human being. Being is a continuously. So which means we are a combination of things that's going on at the same time, but it is seen as one. You feel me? So we are the assemble. Even our body itself, this is an assemblement. I can take one arm off and that arm can be an object on its own, but I am assembled of arm, legs, arm, head, and everything else, and it's being unified to make who I am as a person. That's with all other human beings, not just me, of course. I state the obvious just to be funny, you feel me? But this is what's going on in life itself. We see the outline of what a human being is, but it's a continuation. all the way down to our cell itself. It goes all the way down to our emotions and everything else like that. So you have to be very, very careful of what you allow around you. You have to be very, very careful of what you even involve yourself in, even which is much worse. Because every step I'm taking right now is being recorded, which means everything that I see and view is becoming part of who I am as a person. I don't have a choice. I didn't have an input in telling God, well, I want 10 fingers on each arm, and I want like 6 legs. You feel me? Yeah, because you know a nigga gotta run, and I need like 8 brains, because you know it's gonna be a whole lot of thinking. God, no, I didn't have no I couldn't pick. I didn't have no say in these things. These things was already assembled for me. You feel me? So there's things going on within ourselves that's already assembled that you are not, that you can't do nothing up. You just a being. You are here to experience and feel. That's it. That's all you are. That's all we are. You feel me? I didn't choose to be black. I always say that, people take it offensive. I really didn't. Nor did anybody else choose to be white. I didn't choose to be American. You feel me? It just happened. You feel me? It's a unity. It's a vehicle that's moving forward, and we just part of it, and we just experiencing it. And everything that happens around us becomes part of who we are, unknowingly and knowingly. So you have the choice. I always say you have a choice, but people be like, how can we have a choice when we just part? Because you have a choice to seek to be around the things that you want to be around. You have a choice. You shouldn't even allow certain things to happen in your view. Like, don't ever disrespect my sight like that. Don't insult my intelligence. This is why there's people out there who are very hard on these things and be like, look, don't do it. Because they have an understanding that, hey, the things that happen around me, I can pick up on these things. If you're around people that smoke cigarette and weed all the time, guess what? The smell is going to get, it's going to attach to you. And people are going to look at you as if you smoke that thing. You're like, no, I don't. Damn, I done sat on that nigga couch, and now my mom think same shit that happened to me. My mom used to go crazy because I was in my man's house. Maybe, yeah, I did smoke, but I didn't smoke that much. And she used to think I was smoking crazy. And I'm like, damn, I was in that weed house. You feel me? And when you come out, you're going to smell like it. And this is what happened with behavior itself. When you're around people who are constantly doing some foul shit, scheming, manipulating, and all that bullshit, yo, guess what? It's going to affect you. It's like being around a narcissist all your life and you expect not to be narcissist. It's going to have an effect on your life. It is going to happen without you even know. You're going to be belittling people and you wouldn't even know. Because it's part of who you are. And this is something that you got to shade off. This is something that you got to overcome. You feel me? So be careful what you allow around you. You feel me? It's very, very important. Everybody's not like me where I can be around certain people and be mindful of it and correct it every time. It's like I'm taking a test and I'm constantly correcting these things because I noticed these things coming into me. I'm like, no, that's not me. Denouncing it. Affirmation. Denouncing it. No. I am not that. I am this person. This is the thing. This is what you can do to overcome such things. But who has time to have you know how many things is coming at you that you have no idea of it happening to you? It's better that you're not around it at all. You feel me? This is the reason why, man. I'm telling y'all niggas, man. And he just broke it down to a scientific term. You know, white people and their words, and the average person who is just, average like myself, I just happen to be interested in these kind of matters, and it interests me to want to know. So I put myself through it to learn it. But sometimes those words be too big and they be too complicated with this shit sometimes because they professors. So I try to simplify the shit. Don't be around fuck shit. You feel me? If you don't want to be fuck shit, don't be around it. You feel me? Remove yourself from these people. When you see it happening and you can do nothing about it, remove yourself, because you are more likely to pick up on these things, which is like a flavor or which is like a smell. It's on you and you wouldn't even know. You feel me? It is what it is, man. Stay around from fuck boys. Anyway, you already, and fuck girls, especially. I'll let y'all later.